News 3 Today at 6.
Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 6th. I'm Kim Gusby.
And I'm Ben Katko. Thanks for joining us here on News 3 Today.
Breaking overnight, the Chatham County Fire Department is investigating a deadly house fire. Crews were called to Runaway Point Road near the Islands Expressway around 11 o'clock last night when they say they found heavy smoke and flames in the back of the house. Firefighters say they pulled someone out of that home and tried to save them, but that person died at the scene. We're told 5 adults and 1 child are also displaced, but the Red Cross is now stepping in to help. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Meanwhile, 3 people are in the hospital after a shooting and a crash at a Cinco de Mayo celebration in Statesboro. The shooting happened near Azul Tex-Mex on South Main Street. Witnesses say the large crowd gathered to celebrate but scattered after they heard the gunshots. As for the victim, there's no word yet on any of their conditions this morning.
So just prior to 9 p.m. we had a large crowd in this parking lot behind us here, and at some point in the middle of the crowd somebody started shooting. So we have 2 gunshot victims, both of whom were shipped to the hospital. In the ensuing crowd trying to flee, a car hit a pedestrian, and that person was also shipped to the hospital. The driver of that vehicle did not stay at the scene.
Statesboro police tell WSAV 1 person was detained for questioning last night. If you have any information about what happened, you are asked to contact police.
Good news in Brantley County. Officials say the Highway 82 fire is now 85% contained. The fire has burned more than 22,000 acres, but crews are now working hot spots in what they call mop-up mode. Rain has also helped slow the flames. Schools and county offices are back to normal. In nearby Clinch and Echols counties, the Pineland Road fire is now 50% contained.
Meanwhile, a statewide burn ban in Georgia has been scaled back. The Georgia Forestry Commission says it now covers 17 counties, down from 91. Several South Georgia counties, including Brantley County, Glynn County, and Coffee County, are still under that ban. The ban runs through May 22nd unless it is lifted sooner.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency says it's helping to fund the firefighting efforts and to stay in contact with local leaders as needs change. You can read their full statement on our website at WSAV.com.
In the meantime, if you would like to help those who've lost everything in the fires, you can always check out our website. We have everything you need to know online at WSAV.com/wildfire donations.
3 minutes after 6 o'clock, it is Wednesday morning. We are taking a live look right now from our Savannah cam out over Tybee Island. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsey is in the Weather Center with our weather on the 3s. Good morning, Alyssa.
Hey, good morning, Kim. We're starting off the day warm already. A big change compared to yesterday morning as most of our temperatures are sitting right at or even just above average at 68 degrees on Hilton Head to 67 degrees as you step out the door in Richmond Hill. As we head throughout the day, another very easy day, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, just tracking very warm afternoon temperatures where it is going to feel just a bit more like summer with our highs back into the upper 80s to low 90s. 92 degrees for the high today in Glenville, as well as in Hinesville, 93 in Jessup, and 89 degrees from Savannah into Richmond Hill. We do see it cool down as we head towards the end of the week into this Mother's Day weekend, where we are tracking that next cold front arriving as we head into the day tomorrow. Most of us will see scattered and numerous rain showers and thunderstorms, with some of us seeing those very heavy rain showers moving in and gusty thunderstorms at times, and there is a low chance that a few storms become strong and severe throughout our Thursday. So coming up in just around 10 minutes, we'll break down the timing with those rain showers moving in as we head from Thursday and possibly continuing into this weekend.
Alyssa, thank you. New this morning, a video spreading online appears to show a Savannah police officer pushing a woman to the ground in City Market. The
video is now raising questions and controversy. WSAV's Nakia Harris has details.
Do not hit me.
DeQuasia Chisholm's attorney Roland Mumford recalling what he says happened to his client in the early morning hours of March 20th. Mumford says his client was out celebrating her birthday when a situation escalated involving her friend who was being arrested for public intoxication. In body cam footage, the officer says Chisholm hit his arm.
Yeah, she hit my arm, so I shoved her back.
Which resulted in the push, but Mumford says that's not what happened.
We've just got some incidental arm movements. But that has nothing to do with the officer that shoved her.
The officer in question is Jacob Spone. Mumford argues his force was excessive, saying Chisholm was not accused of a crime in that moment and he did not pose a threat to officers.
That was a disproportionate use of force in violation of the Fourth Amendment, and it constitutes excessive force per the Supreme Court case Graham v. Connor.
City leaders also weighing in.
From a law enforcement lens, I felt that the use of force was inappropriate.
SPD released a statement Monday saying the incident was reviewed internally and resulted in disciplinary action, including a suspension without pay. However, Mumford says that response doesn't go far enough.
He needs to be fired.
He also points to what he calls concerning comments made during that encounter.
He makes a comment to a friend who was in a pink outfit saying that next time that he could have slammed her to the ground if he wanted to.
I'll slam her on the ground next time.
The next steps, Mumford says, include a formal demand to the city of Savannah. If no resolution is reached within 14 days, he says they plan to file a federal civil rights lawsuit.
And that was Nikiah Harris reporting. Mayor Van Johnson says the officer did not appeal the discipline.
He also says that he believes the officer was suspended for 1 day.
Some new developments now. A vote that divided Richmond Hill for months is now official. City leaders voted to approve the Bryan County Airport Authority, and many neighbors say they're frustrated and still looking for answers. Before that vote, some people raised concerns about safety, cost, and if the project makes sense for the community. Some supporters spoke in favor, saying pilots in the area need more hangar space, but many in the crowd say they're disappointed.
We know that Kevin Bowes and Cindy Hatala were voted into office on the premise that they were going to be pro withdrawing or not participating in the airport. So a lot of us are scratching our heads as to why we were missing a key city council member.
After the vote, several residents told WSAV they still feel their concerns were not fully heard. One council seat was empty during the meeting, adding to frustration from people in the crowd.
Happening today, public transit funding is front and center in Chatham County. Leaders will discuss a major budget request from Chatham Area Transit.
It's centered on a multi-million-dollar shortfall and a proposed tax increase to help close the gap. WSAV's Genevieve Lund is here in studio this morning with more on what it could mean for you. Genevieve, good morning.
Good morning. There's an $8.4 million gap in funding for the Chatham Area Transit next year, and without a fix, it could mean some real changes for riders. Today's workshop puts county leaders and transit officials in the same room to figure out how to fix it without cutting service. Now, the focus is on CAT's proposed fiscal year 2027 budget and a request to increase the millage rate, which helps fund transit through property taxes. Transit officials say lowering the tax revenue, rising operating costs, and the loss of federal pandemic relief funds are all contributing to this shortfall. Now, last year, commissioners reduced CAT's millage rate, cutting into expected revenue and forcing the agency to make about $2 million in budget cuts. Now, CAT is asking for an increase to help stabilize funding and avoid deeper service impacts. The discussion also comes amid ongoing disagreements over funding priorities and how transit should be supported across the country.
If you don't have a car, can't drive, too young to drive, too old to drive, need to get to work, you use public transit or you walk, and you're probably using public transit, which is why it is a literally essential service to Chatham County.
Now, we reached out to the Chatham County leaders and have not received a response, but we expect to learn more at that meeting, which is at noon later today at the Commission chambers of the old courthouse. County leaders say that this is just the beginning of their normal budgeting process, with more decisions expected in the coming months. But for now, all eyes are on how officials plan to balance costs while keeping transit services on track. Reporting, Genevieve Lund, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Thank you, Genevieve. If you live in Midway, you may have already felt it in your wallet. Your housing costs are going up for reasons that you didn't expect. Midway residents say their escrow payments jumped from about $300 a year to more than $1,400. An escrow payment helps cover taxes and insurance in your mortgage. The increase is tied to the Midway Fire Department shutting down last year, leaving Liberty County as the closest fire response. The department's low safety rating also raised insurance costs. The fire chief says he's working to improve that rating to help lower costs in the future.